Ever wonder why some thoughts just pop into your head totally effortlessly, while others feel like, well, actual work? Today, we're jumping into the incredible work of Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman. We're going to uncover the two secret characters that are constantly running the show inside your mind.
All right, let's try a quick test. Take a look at the woman on the left. You know she's angry. Instantly. You didn't have to think about it. You just knew. Now look at the math problem on the right. 17 times 24. Yeah, for most of us, that's a hard stop. You got to focus, you got to calculate. So why is one so easy and the other one so hard? The answer, turns out, reveals this fundamental split in how we think.
Kahneman suggests we should think about this whole thing like a story. You know, a kind of psychodrama playing out in your head, starring two very different characters. Each one has its own personality, its own skills, and its own flaws, and they're constantly interacting to shape every single thing you think and do. So, it's time to meet the star of the show, the character that's running things pretty much all the time, without you even noticing.
Meet System 1. This is your gut reaction. It's your intuition. It's the fast-thinking, automatic hero of our story. It is always on, effortlessly making sense of the world, cooking up impressions, feelings, and impulses that are basically the source of almost everything you do.
And you rely on System 1 constantly. It's what tells you 2 plus 2 is 4. It's what finishes the phrase, bread and butter. See? It's how you can hear a hint of anger in someone's voice, or drive down a road you know well while your mind is a million miles away. It's just pure automatic instinct. Let me show you just how powerful and unstoppable this system is. Just look at these two words on the screen. Bananas. Vomit. Instantly, a whole cascade of things just happened in your mind, right? You probably cringed a little, felt a flash of disgust, and your mind automatically created a story linking the two. And that right there, that is the magic of System 1. It didn't ask for permission, it just leaped into action, connecting those two totally random words into a story that made sense. It jumped to a conclusion. This whole process is called associative activation, and it's the core of how System 1 works. It's always looking for patterns and creating meaning, even when there isn't any. But System 1 isn't the only character in your head. So let's meet its very different and much more deliberate partner. This is System 2. If System 1 is the impulsive hero, System 2 is the thoughtful, logical, supporting character. This is the conscious part of you that you really identify with, the one that reasons and chooses and concentrates. It's the voice in your head that would actually solve that 17 times 24 problem. You have to call on System 2 when you really need to pay attention. You know, like trying to find one specific person in a huge crowd, or parking your car in a super tight spot, or wading through a complicated argument. All of these things require effort. You can't do them on autopilot. But this character has a major flaw. System 2 is lazy. I mean, really lazy. It takes actual energy to think deliberately. So System 2 would much rather just hang back and let the automatic System 1 handle things whenever it can get away with it. Let's see that laziness in action. Read this famous puzzle. A bat and a ball cost $1.10. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Now don't think too hard, just let the answer come to you. So if you're like most people, and I'm talking even students at places like Harvard and MIT, the number that just popped into your head was 10 cents. It feels right, it's simple, and it comes to mind in a flash. That feeling? That was your System 1 serving up a quick, intuitive, and completely wrong answer. Wild, isn't it? The correct answer is actually 5 cents. A 5-cent ball plus a bat that costs $1 more, that's $1.05, adds up to $1.10. This is the key. Your lazy System 2 could have checked the math, but it didn't. It just endorsed System 1's plausible-sounding idea. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole story, the relationship between these two characters. They aren't really enemies, they're partners, even if it's a bit of a complicated partnership. So here's how it usually works. System 1 is on 24/7. Just churning out this constant stream of suggestions for System 2. You know, impressions, feelings, intuitions. And most of the time, the lazy System 2 just gives them a rubber stamp of approval. It's a pretty efficient setup, sure, but it's also the root of so many of our mistakes and biases. Take a look at this classic illusion. Right now, your System 1 is screaming at you that the bottom line is longer than the top one. It's not just a suggestion. It feels like an undeniable fact. You see it as longer. But they are exactly the same length. Now here's the really mind-bending part.
Even after I tell you this, even if you were to get out a ruler and measure them yourself, you will still see the bottom line as longer. Your conscious System 2 knows the truth, but it can't shut off the automatic perception of System 1. It just shows you how powerful and independent your intuitive system really is.
Okay, so this is all fascinating psychology, for sure. But what's the bottom line? Why does understanding this little drama inside your head actually matter in your day-to-day life? The goal here is definitely not to shut down your amazing, super efficient System 1. I mean, that's impossible, and you wouldn't want to anyway. The real goal is to get better at recognizing the situations where your intuition is likely to be wrong so you can consciously hit the brakes and call in the lazy but capable System 2 for a second opinion.
Let me show you just how easily our automatic system can get pushed around. In one study, researchers put an honesty box in an office kitchen for coffee money. On weeks when they put up a simple poster of flowers, payments were meh. But on weeks when they swapped it for a poster of watching eyes, payments nearly tripled.
This is a perfect example of what's called priming. I mean, nobody consciously thought, oh, a poster is watching me, I'd better be more honest. Of course not. It was a completely automatic, unconscious reaction triggered by a subtle little cue in the environment. It just goes to show that the choices your System 1 makes are constantly being shaped by things you don't even notice.
So, let's bring it all together, shall we? You've got two systems in your head. The fast, gut reaction System 1 and the slow, lazy, but logical System 2. System 1 is the secret author of so many of your choices, but it's got these predictable biases. The real secret to better thinking isn't to outsmart System 1, but just to know when to doubt it and wake up the more effortful System 2.
And that really leaves us with a final question for you to take away. Now that you know about these two characters in your mind, and you know System 2 is way more reliable when things get complicated, when the stakes are high, when will you deliberately choose to slow down and really think?